Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Simony. It's me Vaishak. During the last video, I promised you that we'll be doing practice session on scalars and vectors. So let's begin it. So in the first part, we'll be doing questions on magnitude and direction of vectors. The first question is find the magnitude and direction of vectors. 1. A equal to 3i plus 4j, then B equal to negative 1 I cap plus 1 j cap, and C equal to 2i cap plus 2 root 3 j cap. So let's tackle one by one. For the vector A, the x component is 3 and y component is 4, right? So for finding the magnitude, we can use the Pythagorean theorem as we discussed in the last video, right? So A equal to square root of 3 square plus 4 square will be square root of 9 plus 16, which will be square root of 25, and the answer is 5. Now, how to find the direction? Direction, we know that theta equal to tan inverse y divided by x, correct? If you remember, where x is 3 and y is 4, correct? So tan inverse y by x is tan inverse 4 divided by 3, which we can find using calculator. So let me open the calculator and do it here. Tan inverse 4 divided by 3 equals 0.927. Remember, this value shown by the calculator is in radian, so I had to multiply the answer with 180 divided by pi to convert into degree. Good. So this into 180 divided by pi value, we can choose 3.14. Right, now let's find the tan inverse value using a calculator. Let me open it here. So tan inverse 4 by 3 is 0.927. The value that we are getting is 0.927 is in radian, that we had to convert into degree. So 0.927 into 180 divided by 3.14. Let's say x is the angle in radian, then you had to multiply with 180 and divide with the pi to get the value in degree. Good. So 0.927 into 180 divided by 3.14 equal to 53.14. So that's the direction. Good. Degree. For the vector b, x component is negative 1 and y component is 1. Therefore, b magnitude is square root of negative 1 square plus 1 square, which is equal to square root of 2. The value will be 1.414. Good. Now, the direction is interesting. Theta equal to tan inverse y divided by x. Y component is 1 divided by x component negative 1. So the answer is negative 45 degree. So how to represent this negative 45 degree? Maybe you have that doubt. So if this is x axis and if this is y axis, then negative 45 degree will look like this. That is below the x axis. This is exactly identical to 360 minus 45, which is equals to 315. So negative 45 degree you can also write like 315 degree. Okay, right. For the vector c, x component is 2 and y component is 2 root 3. So c equal to square root of 2 square plus 2 root 3 square. So you can write square root of 4 plus 4 into 3, which is square root of 16. So the magnitude is finally 4. Now the direction is theta equal to tan inverse 2 root 3 divided by 2. So tan inverse root 3, which is 60 degree. Simple as that. Okay, right. Now let's focus on the second question. The question is, find the x and y components of below vectors from the magnitude and direction. So here magnitude is provided and angle is provided, that means the direction is provided. We have to find the components. Compared to the first question, this is actually the reverse process, right? So let's tackle one by one. For vector A, the magnitude is 2 and the direction is theta equal to 30 degree. The x component, we can write ax equal to a cos theta, and y component is ay equal to a sin theta. This we have already discussed in the last video, right? So ax is equals to 2 cos 30, and it will be 2 into cos 30 is root 3 divided by 2. So ax component is square root 3. Now similarly ay equal to 2 into sin 30. Sin 30 is simpler, 2 into 1 by 2. So it's just 1. Now how to write the vector? We can just write a equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap. That means root 3 I cap plus 1 j cap. Good. Now let's do the same for vector b. For the vector b, the magnitude is 5 and the direction is 120 degree. So b equal to 5 and theta equal to 120 degree, right? Therefore, bx equal to 5 cos 120. That is 5 into root 3 divided by 2. Cos 120 is root 3 divided by 2. Okay. Now by equal to 5 sin 120. That means 5 into negative 1 by 2. Sin 1 by 2 is, sin 120 is negative 1 by 2. Okay. Therefore, you can write the vector by combining these two components. B equal to bx I cap plus by j cap, which is 5 root 3 divided by 2 I cap minus 5 by 2 j cap. For C, magnitude is 1 and the direction is 270 degree. Therefore, Cx, the x component of C equal to 1 cos 270, and 270 is identical to negative 90 if you look at the whole angle. Okay, right. So it will be cos minus 90 is nothing else 0. So that means the x component is 0. Now Cy equal to 1 sine 270. Sine 270 is identical to sine minus 90, and sine minus 90 is negative 1. So how to represent this vector? C equal to 0 I cap minus 1 j cap. So that's the answer. Now let's focus on the second part, addition and subtraction of vectors. So question 1, find the addition of below vectors. In the first pair, a equal to 2i plus 6 j cap, b equal to negative I cap plus 4 j cap. And the second pair, c equal to negative 9 I cap plus 5 j cap, and d equal to negative 7 I cap minus 8 j cap. So let's do the first part. So a plus b equal to, when we are doing the addition, we have to take the x components and add it, and similarly y component and add it and put in front of the corresponding unit vectors I cap and j cap. So let's do the x component summation. So 2 minus 1 I cap plus, now the y component summation, 6 plus 4 j cap. Good. So it will be 1 I cap plus 10 j cap. That's the answer for part A. Then second part, C plus D. So similarly we can do negative 9 plus negative 7 I cap plus 5 plus minus 8 j cap. this equal negative 9 minus 7 I cap plus 5 minus 8 j cap, negative 9, negative 7 I cap plus 5 minus 8 j cap. So finally, we get negative 16 I cap, negative 3 j cap. So that's the answer. Now let's focus on the second question. Find the subtraction a minus b if a vector is equal to 3 I cap minus 5 j cap and b vector is equal to negative I cap plus 2 j cap. Let's do that. A minus b equal to 3 minus minus 1. We are subtracting the x components first, plus minus 5 minus 2. We are subtracting the y components. So the answer will be 4 I cap, negative 7 j cap. Now question number 3 is very interesting. Find the angle between a vector and b vector if a equal to I plus root 3 j cap and b is equal to root 2 I cap plus root 2 j cap. So our approach is, first we will be finding the direction of individual vectors and we will find the difference in these angles. That difference in angles corresponds to the angle between a and b. Simple as that. So let's do step by step. First of all, for vector A, angle is, for A vector, theta is given by tan inverse y component divided by x component, which is root 3 divided by 1, which we know is 60 degree. Now for B, we can write theta equal to tan inverse root 2 divided by root 2. Both x and y component are same. Therefore, tan inverse 1 equal to 45 degree. To distinguish, let me write theta A for A direction, theta B for B direction. Therefore, the angle between them is theta equal to theta A minus theta B, which is 60 degree minus 45 degree, and definitely it is 15 degree. Now, how it will look like? Here is the x-axis and here is the y-axis. Let me draw vector A. Vector A has one x component and root 3 as the y component. So it may look like this. So here is the vector A. For vector B, the components are root 2 and root 2. So root 2 is 1.414. So it may look like this. The angle for B is 45 and the angle for A is 60. So clearly the difference between them is 15 degree, correct? So that's it, folks. Let's wind up. And next video, I'll be talking about motion in one dimension. So I wish to provide more questions on scalars and vectors. I'll provide a link below so that you can open it and attend a maximum number of questions. So stay tuned. Bye-bye. See you.